This video will serve as the introduction and overview of basic functions of the Pocket Master, which comes in two different colors, black and gray. First, let's take a look at the simple exterior design. Power on the device by pressing in and holding the value volume dial on the top right. Here's a guitar pick for size reference while we wait. You can sort through the various settings on any given screen by pressing in the dial. You can see I'm able to control the Bluetooth functionality, turning it on and off by rotating the dial. I can adjust the master volume of the output of the unit, and I can also scroll between presets. However, these buttons at the bottom are also designated to scroll through presets. Press both of the buttons to enter the tuner. Press anything to exit the tuner. Press and hold these two buttons at the same time to enter the looper. Once you're in the looper menu, you can press the value volume button to scroll between the various options. You can actually change the preset while the loop is running without disturbing it, which is useful. You can change the record and the playback volume. To begin a loop, press the button on the left. To stop recording and begin playback, press the same button again. To stop the loop, press the button on the right. To erase the loop, press and hold until it says empty. Press both buttons to exit the looper. To open up the main menu, press and hold the dial. Rotate the dial to select a submenu, and then press that dial to enter it. Your first option is the effects menu. This is where you can edit each preset on the device. We're going to come back to this later. Let's take a look at settings. This is effectively your global settings menu. This affects all presets equally, and it's what you'll use to kind of tailor the device to your own use basis. Press in the value volume button to enter the global settings menu. We have just a few controls here. Input level is where you're going to adjust the input gain for the device. I recommend leaving this at 0 if you're using a standard passive electric guitar. That is an electric guitar with passive pickups. If you're using active pickups, you might want to add a little bit of a decrease there to get the gain staging and the effects to work a little bit more naturally. If you're using a passive acoustic instrument with a very low output, you might boost that input level. Although that's not necessary, you can do stuff like this within the preset as well. Heading over to the USB menu, connect the Pocket Master to a DAW, and this menu is where you can adjust various levels in your headphones between the effects processing. This is literally the output of your instrument, post effects, anything that's coming from the Pocket Master. This is the volume of your instrument. Scroll over to Bluetooth record. This is where you can adjust the volume of Bluetooth playback. More on that in a second. And lastly, this is playback from the computer where it says monitor. The reset option will restore the device to factory settings. And lastly, the copyright. Press both buttons to exit the global settings menu. Also in the settings menu is access to the drum machine. You can choose various time signatures, the volume of the drum machine, as well as tempo, beats per minute. And lastly, in the main menu, this is where you will also shut down your device. Let's explore some of the ins and outs of the Pocket Master. On the all-metal enclosure of the Pocket Master, we have a few different connections here on the front. First is a standard 1/4 inch input where you're going to connect your instrument. Here's your output, also a standard 1/4 inch connector. The Pocket Master is compatible with headphones, so if you want to use a standard set of headphones, which has an 1/8 inch connector, you'll just need an adapter, which is sold separately. Most professional studio-grade headphones come with one. If you're connecting the output to a real guitar amp, you want to make sure that you bypass the amp and cabinet, which is labeled IR, those effects in the presets, so that you're using the Pocket Master strictly for effects. If you're plugging into a regular speaker or using headphones, that amp simulation will be important for shaping your tone, so leave it on. On the front of it, the Pocket Master also has two USB Type-C connectors. On the left, this one will be used for data transfer connected to a computer, and this is how you can update the firmware to the latest version. On the right here, this is for charging with the lightning bolt. On the back side, we also have an optional belt clip. You can see that I've added it to the gray model, and the black model I've left without it. This is included in the packaging, so you can decide if you're going to use the belt clip or if you'd prefer it to sit flat on a desk. In addition to the physical in and out of the Pocket Master, it now also comes with built-in Bluetooth, which is used for track playback or preset editing. In order to turn on the Bluetooth, press the volume button until you arrive at the Bluetooth switch, rotate the knob to turn on Bluetooth, and from here you're going to connect it to your phone, tablet, computer, just like any other Bluetooth device. It should be noted that Bluetooth is for input only. Due to the inherent latency with Bluetooth, it is impossible to connect the output of the Pocket Master and transmit a Bluetooth connection to an external speaker. In that sense, you would be hearing everything that you're playing on your instrument about a half second later. This is standard for Bluetooth and does not affect playing tracks from a phone, a tablet, or a computer. It'll send it into the Pocket Master. You won't know there's a delay happening, and you just play along with it as the Bluetooth is coming from the output here. The first thing you should do once you've gotten your new Pocket Master is to head to the website and download a few things. This website will be linked in the description of the video. At the top of the screen, we have the downloads for interfacing the Pocket Master with your devices. You can see the downloads for Mac and Windows computers, and this is how you're going to manage the firmware on your Pocket Master. In order to update to the latest version, you'll want to download this, as well as the interfacing software here. Some Windows machines will require a driver, and this is where you can download that. Once you've downloaded the device manager software and have opened the program for the first time, it will prompt you to update the Pocket Master itself. Make sure that the Pocket Master is both turned on and connected to the computer with the data transfer USB port. When you download the firmware file, you will first need to unpackage it, which means on most computers you can just double-click the zip file. Then, in the Sonicake program, direct the program to access the .bin file. Once you've found it, click Update. The process will take about 3 minutes. Now that we've explored the basic ins and outs of the Pocket Master, let's dive into editing the presets. In order to edit the current preset that you're on, press and hold the value button so you can enter the effects window. You can use the value volume dial to sort through the various parameters within, say, the noise gate. This is where I can move some of the effects around. This is where I can adjust the threshold. Once you've arrived at a parameter, you would just press in the value volume button so you can alter it. In order to change between the various effects, just use the bottom buttons here. Right now this is bypassed, which is why it's dark. As you can see, this is effects 1, which is one of the user assignable and movable effects that you can alter within each preset. We have a couple different options. We have a boost, we have multiple different choruses, a flanger effect, a phaser, a vibe, vibrato, tremolo. Make sure you download the official user manual, and there'll be a lot of information on what all of the different effects are actually based on. Head over to the drive parameter, and we can affect some things here. I'm changing the different distortion models between various fuzzes, overdrives, distortions. This is also where you can change the amp. IR is your cabinet. EQ is fixed. You can change the type of EQ. We have a few different ones to pick from here. But you cannot move the EQ. You cannot move the cabinet, the IR, impulse response. You cannot move the amp or the overdrive. However, the noise gate, the effects 1, as well as the effects 2, delay, and reverb, they can all be moved within the preset. So for example, if I want the delay before the amp, that's possible. If I want the effects here after the amp, that is also possible. Once you're done editing the preset, press both lower buttons at the same time to save the preset. This is also where you can edit the name of the preset, as well as change the position within all of the 50 different presets on the Pocket Master. Editing presets is easy enough on the device. However, I think it's even a little bit easier using the Sonicake app. If you are an Android phone user, you will download this from the website that you saw just a few minutes ago. If you use an Apple phone, tablet, or computer, you can download it directly from the App Store. The USB connection is not for preset editing. There is no preset editing through a USB connection. It's all done through Bluetooth, which is nice. So turn on the Bluetooth, connect it to your computer, and let's check out what the Sonicake app looks like. As you can see, the Pocket Master is now connected to my computer via Bluetooth. If you want to try this on your phone or tablet, it's going to look basically identical. Our master volume control there, as well as the selection for the different presets. In order to engage an effect, simply click on it and use this switch. You can also change the effect here. I'm selecting a flanger, hit OK. Now this effect is dedicated to a flanger sound. You can use the sliders here to adjust various parameters within the effect. And when you're ready to save it, simply hit save. And this part is definitely easier on a tablet or phone, computer, whatever. And you can also change where it's saved in the unit. Now I'm saving it as preset 12, which might be useful if preset 11 is a preset that I like to use back to back with this one, or preset 13 is another one that's commonly used with this type of sound. That might be useful to move stuff around there. You can also export your presets and save them on your computer so you have a backup of it. Again, this app is called Sonicake. On the Apple App Store, you can download it to your phone, tablet, or computer. And from the website here, if you're on an Android device, you can download it from the Sonicake website. My last point that I'd like to make is regarding MIDI. At the moment, there is no MIDI compatibility with the Pocket Master, although we've been told this will be added in a future update. Since there's no MIDI ports, I assume this will be done through Bluetooth or possibly the USB connection. Thanks for watching the basic introduction to the new Sonicake Pocket Master. Be sure to check out the main Sonicake channel for more videos and tutorials based around the Pocket Master.